Hello everyone, welcome back to Dark Souls 2. In the last episode, we defeated the... We beat the Executioner's Chariot, and in this episode, I'm being summoned as a Great Spirit. This is probably gonna go horrifically bad now. Because this place...
episode just got interesting.
Let's just say the getting turned into a Great Phantom here of all places is, well... not the best in the world. Oh, Lord.
What in the fuck?
Ow. Okay. Okay, yep, I'm toxic. I'm toxic.
Flex it out. You're dead.
Nope, this is what happens when you are graded as a Great Phantom. It's basically a gank zone for the Rat Covenant. It's kind of unfair over here, at least, because this is like where you can set up the most traps and... well, as you saw. Plus the water kind of slows you down so you can't really, quote-unquote, escape as easily. Oh, Jesus!
Oh, hi, Elephant Man.
I forgot that that's where it does. It just kind of, if you die, it just kind of dumps you back off to wherever you were last summoned. We have an undead Primal Knight, so he's dead. Also, you met these dogs, unfortunately. They kind of give off Pharaoh's Lockstones. Real quick, there are a few things we can get here. I will be showing some of them, like for here, if we drop a Pharaoh's Lockstone just down here, this is all we really need, because it will open this bottom part of the door, which we have ourselves a wonderful Primal Knight. Big, burly, and upsetness. I'll just use Grapes Life just to deal with him. Do almost absolutely no damage to him at all, because, you know, it's the thing. But once you kill him and go around here, there'll be a chest with a pretty unique... it's kind of a unique weapon, at least. I consider it, at least. The Sanitar Spear. Basically, the spear on its own, it's a halberd, for one. But as it stands on its own, it's not the best thing in the world. Because it's heavy. Unwieldy at most, but... The real cool thing about this is once you break the weapon's like durability completely, which basically it effectively becomes a completely different weapon with a brand new moveset and kind of has more use than. And another thing as well, once it's broken, it has like infinite durability, which is another interesting thing. And around this corner we get the Grym axe and the torch. The Grym axe basically has the exact same moveset as the weapon as my weapon of choice currently, so that's kind of a fun thing to note. Also, if you're in offline mode, there is a Black Phantom Invader that will invade you here, much similar to the Grave of Saints. You'd be invaded by another. Oh my God, herbs! I'm so happy to see these herbs now. It's like
herbs.
I'm missing prayer. So yes, this is mostly what we'll have to be dealing with. They're just like toxic rats, unfortunately. These rats are bastards. We're just going to ignore them. I did come in here briefly on my own offline, just because, like, on this body here is a hex known as Twisted Barricade. It's a fun little hex that allows you to mostly basically deflect spells for like a brief amount of time. And also we have our good friends, the Grym Warriors. They're not all that hard. They've not changed at all. You just simply roll around them and backstab them.
Visions, of course,
Gets
ahead.
them pretty dead. Also, the good sir is laughing at my joke from the last recording from like the morning before. Yes. And I believe there's yet another treasure you can get for another Pharaoh's Lockstone. I don't remember where all of them are, so I'm just going to explore with them as I can. We also got this guy who is kind of being silly on his own, so let's just put him out of his misery. You also
How many do you have?
There's a lot, but some of these doors aren't worth opening because they unlock traps. Like these two doors over here, they open up to reveal two undead elephant man. Also, this chest is booby trapped. So yeah, but inside is basically a petrified dragon bone and a titanite chunk, which is good. Actually, that chest I'm believing is actually in this Pharaoh's Lockstone over here, I believe.
How many Lockstones do you have?
Well, I have quite a few because I've never used them. Like 4 more. No, it's more of a question of where did that open up? Because I was not paying attention, unfortunately.
this it?
No, it was not. There is a way to know when you've opened the right door because it kind of opens a sort of a passageway that leads to yet another item. And it could also just, you know, lead to more
To more enemies?
toxic rats, of course. Even though they look nothing like rats and look more like, you know, dogs, mangy
Like,
dogs.
I was gonna say, they kind of look like dogs.
Yeah, but they call them like mangy rats, unfortunately, in this game, which is horrifically and horrendously dumb. And this is probably yet another person who was summoned as a great phantom and got horrifically murdered, of course. I do not remember where this other place is, but weird. We'll probably find it on the way out, so I'll just continue going on the actual path and stop screwing around over here. Silly of me. Over there where that entrance is actually close to our boss. Actually. So hurrah!
Woo!
Yay!
Maybe that door opened up over here.
Probably, maybe it might have. Who knows? Also, there's another Ferris lock stone for us. Now, there's two ways we can go around here. If we just go like over here, that's to our boss, and
You're being summoned again.
well then, this will be interesting if I can see where it pops me out, and maybe I will make a quicker run to the boss area this time.
Meow.
Or I could just be, I'll be sent to the same dude as before.
Is it?
Yeah.
It is.
You know what? I cannot do that. Apparently I am not allowed to do that yet. Just gonna kill this guy then. We're just gonna work very carefully. He's opened up all the traps basically, so I get all of the Grym people, all the ads to deal with. Which, be very honest, it's going to suck immensely.
Where is he at?
I don't know. He's waiting. He's clearly waiting though.
Can you leave?
Well, if I can make it to the boss at bonfire, I can.
Yeah, those are not rats. Those are dogs.
Yeah. Oh wow! Thank you, game, for not letting me climb up a thing. For not letting me climb up a simple one. Whoa! Hi there. Yeah,
He
thank
was
you,
waiting for
Scrub.
that.
Erg.
Indict him.
This is actually probably the
Indictment.
most I've been summoned as an actual as a Great Phantom in these areas, but as you can tell, it's not the most fun in the world, especially here of all places, just because the water kind of slows you down, and there's rats that inflict toxic on you. So, if anything, at this stage for me, it just really hampers on my progress. Really, keeps me from doing anything, which gets pretty irritating. So we're just gonna make our way and just murder everyone else. Get through the Grym warriors.
Used to say, are some of the Grym warrior statues?
There are statues, yeah. You can basically activate them, in which they just throw axes down into the floor below.
Huh.
Because we are basically already above where we were before. Also, that great shield I just picked up is a pretty useful, is a nice like fire resist shield. So it's good if you have trouble with the, I believe it's with the smelter demon. That's actually a good shield to keep with you to resist most of his moves. I wish I had that before, but I am not a strength build, so that would have actually harmed me. And there's our boss door, actually, by the way, which we can't make through this jump, unfortunately, because we are weak.
And this is a game that involves parkour.
Unfortunately, that's parkour you cannot make. I've honestly tried making that parkour. It doesn't work. So yes, as I mentioned, there's where we came from. We could have just went down here, and well, around the corner is a bonfire for us. So yay! And
Yay!
I am not going to lie. This is going to absolutely suck. I do not like this boss at all. This boss is not fun
This
at
is the
all.
first time I get to see this boss, so
Oh, have fun.
good experience.
Alright, basically, here's the premise of this fight. There's a giant rat up there, who's our boss, and there's 4 little bastards down there. think you get the point.
Okay, so what's the part you're not telling us?
Well, if we let the ads come to us and use dead again, or actually use the scraps of life to mostly horrendously murder all of them, welcome to our main boss of the Royal Rat Authority. Now,
Holy shit.
fun fact, he probably looks like a reskin of a boss we've already fought, like, you know, Sif. But there is a way we can deal with him now. And he actually is not a fun boss at all, for having a very erratic moveset. And unfortunately, he's not letting me he's not really allowing me to do what I want to do, which, if I can get under him, without him, you know, bouncing all over the place, I can do so, which, if I use dead again, basically allows me to explode a corpse once it is dead. Which, in my case, is good, because it horrifically murders this guy. So we will do that once more, which is another guy exploded. And once he's at like low health, he basically will do a very Sif-like limp, as well as he will vomit, making his attacks even less effective. In fact, even though my ring is at risk, we just killed him with exploding corpses. Do I really care about that? No, I don't. Because again, I do not like this boss. He is horrifically bad. And I do believe that my ring is broken, but it's a risk. It's worth taking.
So are your cups. So are your cups.
I can repair that stuff later, but for defeating him, we acquire the soul of the Royal Rat Authority of the Underground Realm. Those who chose to serve the Rat King must have the courage to face his challenges. And I'm going to break the soul so I can forget about it as soon as possible and erase it from my memories.
Good call.
Yeah, basically.
Well, what else is there for us to do?
In fact, for defeating the Royal Rat Authority, we can have an audience with the Rat King again as well, giving us a chance to join the Rat Covenant.
Well, we don't need to.
Yeah, we don't need to, so we're just gonna drop off here, which basically brings us over here. So yeah, that's where that door was, in case you guys are curious. So I think to end us off, I'm just gonna go hang out here with Mr. Gavlan.
Gavlan!
What do you say, man?
Gavlan, no.
You do know me, yes. Do I have anything to sell to you?
Sunset staff.
You know, I'd have this. I have some of the disregarded remains of your people that I've, you know, promptly murdered. But you're cool with that, right? I think he totally is. Yeah.
Many deal, many thanks.
Such a cheery fellow. That's why I like Avlan. Well, I guess at that point, with the Royal Rat Authority dead, I believe that is all the extra bosses I've left out throughout this game. So, next time on Dark Souls 2, we will continue onwards with our adventure. Where that lies, no, only I shall know. Until then, everyone, take care.
See you later, everyone.
Bye.